It was March of 1778 in Weston, Massachusetts, when 15-year-old Nathan Clark joined the Massachusetts militia to fight against the British. Even though the American Revolutionary War was over by this time, there was still much to do, and he served for 3 months and 6 days with Captain William Marine's Company and Colonel Stearns' Regiment of Guards in Cambridge. Nathan's father, James, was a lieutenant during the war, and his brothers also served the American Army after it was over as well. Following his service, Nathan married Mary Polly Phillips in Coleraine, Massachusetts in 1787, and they eventually settled in Halifax, Vermont. According to several family trees on Ancestry, they had 6 daughters and 1 son, but I can't prove that that's necessarily true. I do know for sure that they had at least 3 daughters, Nancy, Mary, and Lovina. It wasn't until he was 92 years and upwards, in 1855, that the aging Nathan was able to apply for a bounty of land for serving his country. This was all thanks to an act of Congress which granted 160-acre plots to all Revolutionary War veterans, regardless of their rank, who had served at least 14 days. However, to do this, soldiers had to give very specific details about when they enlisted, for how long they served, where they were, and who they served under, but they also had to have many witnesses as well. Because of his age, Nathan had a hard time recalling the little details, so I'm not sure if he was successful. At this time, he had left Vermont and was living in Eaton, New York. His daughter Mary would move to Homer, New York with her husband, Reverend Alvin Torrey, but it doesn't appear that his other daughters, Nancy and Lovina, would get married. Nancy lived to the ripe old age of 95, but her obituary in 1890 said that she was placed in this cemetery here in Madison with her father, but there must have been a change of plans because she's actually buried in Eaton. His daughter Lovina died when she was 41 in 1845 and was placed in the Madison Village Cemetery. For whatever reason, Nathan was buried next to her instead of being in Eaton, where he died in 1858 when he was 95 years old. His wife Polly isn't buried here with him, or in Eaton, or even in Vermont where she came from. I'm not sure where she ended up. This military-issued headstone was granted to him in 1962 to replace his aging headstone, thanks to the Madison Cemetery Association.